My name's Chad Bullock, and I'm 21 years old.
And what are you doing to solve today's problems? Basically, what's your story? How did you get to where you are now?
Okay. Well, it started in 2004, which is ninth grade, is when I got involved locally. I saw that a lot of my peers were smoking, and a lot of they were smoking after school in the parking lots. They were smoking in their cars, going everywhere. So me and my friends, me and my friends and my sister, we got together and we were like, what can we like? Is there something to do around this? And then it was a coincidence. There was this program looking for young people to go and talk to other young people about smoking. So me and my sister actually applied to become a part of this program, and we got it. And what made it sweet too is that I was in ninth grade, and this program actually it paid high school students to travel around the country and travel around the state of North Carolina and talk to other high school students about smoking. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, that's a good cause. And then on top of that, they pay you. And me and my sister didn't expect that, but we were selected to be a part of that program. So we did that. And that's when I started learning about tobacco and how it affected me and my family and like how it affects society and everything like that. And once after I learned that, I started to like I didn't have a passion when I first started, but after learning that, I developed a passion, and I that's when I started really feeling passionate about this issue and making change around this issue. So that's really how it all started, and it was really weird because I was really shy. I was like quiet to myself. I wouldn't talk to large groups of people in ninth grade, but that program kind of helped me get out of that and help me to not only help myself but to help others at the same time.
It's a great story. Was there like a moment that inspired you, or was it kind of just a gradual thing that you saw people smoking, or was there like one instance where you were like, all right, I have to do something now?
I would say it was a collection of moments. Each moment was like a different type of inspiration for something. Like learning that I lost my grandfather to lung cancer, learning that 500,000 people die a year, and learning some of the ingredients in tobacco and marketing tactics, like just learning so much, like continue to fuel that passion. And like I tell people all the time, I didn't care about tobacco when I first started. I didn't care about smoking. I was like, anyone can smoke; it's your choice. But then I really started seeing how it impacts society, and I was like, actually, I do care about this, and I do care about people that smoke, and it is their choice, but at the same time, I feel like they should know this information and like uh so yeah, it was a collection of moments. I can't think of just one specific moment though.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so what we're doing with this coalition is we're kind of bringing together a broad variety of youth and working across like traditional boundaries to get people to cooperate. So we're asking people, how are some ways that you've worked across traditional boundaries to get things done?
One that's more specific to smoking,
Yeah.
that I we allow smokers to work with us. We work with the smokers instead of against them, like not against smokers. Actually, in my organization, we have a smoker on staff. I mean, we're trying to get them to quit, but smoke. And it's like, so that's one thing, kind of, because normally you wouldn't have an anti-tobacco organization and then have a smoker working in a higher position there. But we're doing that, and because 70% of smokers just want to quit, and we know that, and we need that person on our team so we can have that perspective. So I've never smoked any tobacco products or anything. So, and none of the people on our staff really have either. So we need that outside perspective and on the inside. So that's one way. Another thing is to make our message not offensive, but we do try to push the boundary a little bit and make them think. So I want it to be offensive to people that smoke, that work for tobacco companies, people that have family members who smoke or either sell tobacco. Like, we don't want to offend any of those people, and like that's in anything. You don't want to offend those others. So we've kind of used that to our advantage, and we've just created like kind of somewhat edgy ways to get our message out that are almost offensive, but not being offensive. It makes you think and we're not attacking. We're just giving the information in a very interesting, edgy way. That's one way we've tried to like go around those boundaries a little bit of what's acceptable and what's not in traditional. And a lot of the work we do is teaching young people about smoking, traveling to schools and churches, whatever, any type of thing, event, and teaching kids about smoking. And we don't do it through PowerPoints. We don't do it through any of that stuff. Like we actually can't use PowerPoints at our organization. We ban that. And then we also the only way we can teach is using stories and activities. So we're going to use hands-on activities where the whole room is up moving, because we don't like to sit. We don't like to keep the young people sitting for a long time at all, because they're going to be sitting in class. They're going to be sitting everywhere else all the day. Like, why keep them sitting? So we're going to keep them up and going. So we've had, like, to teach lessons about tobacco, we've had egg dropping contests. We've had, like, marshmallow contests where we shoot the marshmallows out in the gun. You got to catch it in your mouth, and we tie that to a message. Like, we've had toy helicopters flying around the room, and like young people, we're dropping off messages to young people with those helicopters, and like they have to kind of break down what that means, and like just different ways of getting the message out there, and not your ordinary ways. Oh, bowling too. Bowling balls. We always take bowling balls with us, and we have this little game we play. Not real bowling balls. They're very light, but and yeah, just weird ways that you wouldn't normally expect, and that actually is a more effective method because they're not expecting it in that way, which makes them more they're more willing to listen and more willing to take it in, because they are not used to that, and like it's something new, something fresh, something like that they've never seen before.
I like that a lot. I think so. Also, what are some of the challenges you see facing young people today?
Well, I mean, I think it's always the issues that we've always had, which is like image, confidence, image, and then like I think more than ever, like young people doing things like social change, like getting involved, that's becoming more of a popular thing for young people, I think, especially and like more than ever before like getting involved and like using terms like volunteering is like been looked down upon, but like as something like boring to young people. But now I'm seeing more and more young people want to get involved and want to like do something, and like I think that's a challenge for the society, because we have to figure out the right ways to really get young people to do things, and the right ways to keep them excited about doing it and show them that it can be done and it can be fun. So that's one challenge. And then also, like I said, image. We always worry about image, and that's a huge thing too with getting involved. Like, how do you look to others? Like in self-image, how we feel about ourselves, and then like yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's good. And the last question is, you're someone who is young and you got involved. What advice would you give to another young person who wants to get involved in their community or in an issue or whatever?
I would just let them know that, well, one thing we say, which really the young people really cling on to and they always repeat it, is we'll say like stuff like activism is sexy, or activism is cool, or like and like we'll say that, and they'll really like use that. They'll always put us on Facebook or MySpace or Twitter. You know, they'll like a month after the session we taught them, they'll say like, "That's right, activism is sexy." So like to show them that you can have fun and you can make change and you can get out there and do stuff, and that it's cool and you can do it with your friends too. Like